Dear whom it may concern, is your organization lacking volunteers? Does your association look like organization number 1 in this picture? If so, how do you like to transform it so it looks like organization number 2 with plenty of volunteers? The sport industry nowadays relies heavily on volunteers. In order to help you understand who your target audience is and how to gain more volunteers, data from the 2013 General Social Survey has been collected and analyzed. This chart shows that out of everyone who was surveyed, 103 people said that they have volunteered in the past 12 months, whereas 196 said that they have not. The chart on the left shows the percentage of what organization people have volunteered for. Out of 103 people who said that they have volunteered in the past 12 months, 75 of them have volunteered for a sport or rec organization, which means 28 people have not. In conclusion, 73% of the people who have volunteered in a sport or recreation organization. The 75 people who indicated that they have volunteered in a sport or recreation organization comprise of 41 males and 34 females. This is represented in these charts. Now, after looking at some of the demographics of who was surveyed, the remaining of this presentation will discuss 2 key ways that your organization can gain more volunteers. If you are looking to have volunteers for a long period of time, it is a good idea to target males for the role. It is more common for males to last over 6 years in a sport or recreation organization than it is for females. This chart shows that 54% of males volunteer for over 6 years in an organization, whereas only 23% of females volunteer for the same duration. This graph shows that a good place to search for male volunteers would be at religious groups and cultural organizations, as well as unions. These are 2 totally different places, but that is where most people volunteer besides in sport and recreation. Another place to find these long-term volunteers would be within your own organization. Although there are more people whose primary role is volunteering, there are still quite a few who participate in the organization that do not consider their main role as volunteering. 20% of people said that volunteering was not their primary role. This does not include the 39% who did not answer. For example, you could talk to parents or participants about volunteering for the organization. Always remind members and their families that they would not be able to play or participate in the organization without all of the great volunteers keeping it running. Now on to the second recommendation. Another alternative to find volunteers is by creating a marketing campaign to reach out to the community that you are searching for volunteers. A good way to market that you are searching for volunteers is to post on social media. For example, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Create posts that show why someone would want to volunteer for your organization. Target your market campaign to people who are about 35 to 74 years old. As you can see in this picture, most volunteers fall under that age group. So, who's ready to go out and get some more volunteers? Just make sure to follow these 2 simple recommendations and you'll have volunteers flowing into your organization in no time. Best wishes!